Hi crafters, it's Hannah here from HanCraftedCards.com. Welcome to my channel today. This is the card that I'm going to be showing you how to make today. It is a cute shaker card, and we're using the Sharing Sweet Thoughts stamp set. Now this stamp set, Stampin Up made in collaboration with Ronald McDonald House Charities. So I'll be explaining a little bit about that and showing you how to make the card today. So let's get started. Okay, so before we start the card, I'm just going to explain very quickly about the stamp set. Let me zoom out a little bit. You can find it at the very back of your catalogue, and what it is every year Stampin Up do make a stamp set in collaboration with the Ronald McDonald House Charities, which is a charity that helps if your child is in hospital getting medical treatment far from home, then this charity will help with housing for the parents or the the guardians of the child, so that they can be near the child, especially if the hospital is far away from home. It's very difficult for parents to have to keep travelling back and forth, or to have to be away from their child during this time. So this stamp set, every time you buy it, then £2 is donated to that charity. So I would really love it if you bought this stamp set, because it will help a very worthwhile charity. I know for us, for our family, it kind of, I get it, because our my nephew, when he was born, he had to have open heart surgery like 8 days after he was born. So having housing near to the hospital was a great help to my brother and my sister-in-law. So this kind of charity, I really, I always buy the stamp set that coordinates with this charity, and any other help that I can do for these charities, then I do. So I would love it if you would buy one. There will be a link in the description of where you can get the stamp set. So that being said, let's go on to making the card that we will be using, making using this stamp set. So it also coordinates with the Everyday Jars stamp set, so you can see the big jar. So we'll be doing some die cutting and making a shaker card. So first things first, let's stamp the parts that we will be die cutting. So that's going to be the jar and also the lid, and I'm going to do this one. There's two lids, so I'm going to choose this one. See if I can do it at once on the block. No, we'll do it separate, because I know I'll mess it up if I try that. So stamp that down really well, and inking it up just with black. We're just going to be using the black ink pad today, and the markers. Ooh, I rocked, but it doesn't matter because it's going to get cut out. And then the lid. That's my phone. There we go, awesome. So just close that for now. The dies that coordinate with it are this one, and then I'm also going to cut the inner part out, which is that one, and the lid. So bring in the big shot. I'm going to use the magnetic platform just to make sure nothing moves. So cutting plate down, magnets in place, and Just making sure it's nice and lined up. That looks good to me, nearly. There we go. Perfect. So I'm just going to run this through my big shot. It's just off to the side here. It's easier to do it this way. So I'm not trying to, whoops, lift up my big shot all the time. And I've knocked everything out of place, so bear with. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys. You know what, let me just pause, hang on. Okay, got our jar pieces cut. They're gonna go, that one's gonna go on top to make our shaker. Right, so this is gonna sit on here. So we want some stamping and some prettiness to go around the jar. So what I'm going to do is just grab a pencil and lightly trace the inside of there, because that's where we're going to do our stamping, just to make sure I've got it in the right place. So we're going to do the strawberries first. I'm just looking through. That looks about right. You can bring this in to check. Yes, that's looking good. Now what I'm going to do is stamp it again on some post-it note, just to make a mask. And then I will cut this out. I will pause it so you don't have to watch me cutting the whole thing, just so we can mask over the top. So when I'm cutting, I'll just show you some of it. I'm cutting right on the stamped line. So when it focuses, you'll be able to see. Come on. Anyway, I'm cutting right on the stamped line, and that will make a mask. So I'm going to pause and do that and be right. Okay, so I've cut that out. I only really need the top half of the image to be masked off, so that's all I've cut. So when I place this on top of where we've stamped already, I'll be able to stamp some more strawberries and it will look like it's on top. So then when you remove the mask, you've got your images. So these first one looks like they're in front of the second lot, and I think that may be enough. Yeah, I think that's enough. So you can keep that mask in with your stamp set, just in case you want to do that again. And next we're going to decorate around the jar. So I still need the black. I'm going to do the butterflies and the ladybird, and I think I'm going to need a branch as well, aren't I? Let me just grab some other ink colour. Okie dokie. So I'm going to do the branch about there, the butterflies and the ladybird on top, and then there's a grass stamp that I'm going to do along the bottom. So the branch I'm going to do in early espresso. There. I'm just placing my jar just to make sure I'm not going over the top. Oops, press that a little bit hard. So I am going off the page ever so slightly. Well, not really, but yeah. So that's our branch. I think I might do another one about there. No, just do the two. Then the ladybug we'll do in black. I'm going to try and get her perched on the branch. To practice. Oh, pretty close. Okay. Oh, that's not bad at all. Wow, I actually got that where I wanted it to go. Cool. The butterflies I'm going to stamp in Island Indigo and then colour them in with our markers. I think I might need to re-ink this guy. I do use this colour quite a lot. Beautiful. Okay, actually, you can rub your pencil line out now. I've got a nice new rubber here. There you go. It does look very weird at the moment, but it will all come together. Okay. Then our grass is going to be Emerald Envy. So I'm just going to stamp it across a few times, not re-inking. Stamp off, and stamp a few times, like so. We've got our grass along the bottom, and our jar is going to be sitting on top. Okay. Right, now we've basically just got to colour all this in and put it all together. So I did actually forget to cut another jar in acetate, so I'll cut that and then we can colour everything in and put it. Okay, I've started colouring in the strawberries, so I'm just doing these in real red. They look so bright and lovely. And colouring in on the Whisper White is really nice because it is so smooth. It's really nice to colour on. I do use this cardstock for just when I'm colouring any old image or drawing on. It's actually very nice cardstock. So those are our strawberries. That's real red, and then I'm using Old Olive for the tops of the strawberries. And I'm using the fine tip instead of the brush because this is just a small area. So you can use either end for your colouring. So yeah, this is Old Olive. that's the strawberries done. There we go. The ladybird obviously needs to be in red as well. So we'll colour her in. I say her when I'm talking about ladybugs. I don't know why. Okay. And we'll have some leaves on the branch in a different colour. We'll go for Emerald Envy, which is the same as the grass, so that will coordinate nicely. It's a nice green actually for leaves. And these ones. I am doing this quite quickly. You'd probably take more time colouring, making sure it's all perfect. Okay. Leaves are done. Now it's just the butterflies. So for these I will have a couple of colours. I'll just do one and then colour the rest in off camera. I'll show you how I'm going to do, basically how I'm going to do them. We've got the edge, which will be in one colour, and the same on the opposite side. Then the main part of the leaves, wings. Again, I'm using the fine tip end, just using little circular motions, and I find that colours in quite nicely. And the same the other side. Like so. Then we'll have pink spots. And pink middle bit. I think I'll actually have yellow for this last section. So I'll do the same with the other butterflies. Colour in the lid of the jar. Just bring that up so you can have a quick look see. And then we'll put it all together and we'll be done. Okay, everything is all coloured now, ready to go. So we just need some shaker bits for our shaker card. So for that I've got the tree builder punch, and I've just punched out some red and some yellow of the little apple, which I'll just show you there. So you do get a lot of waste bits, but that's not a problem. So just punching just a couple of strips of real red cardstock. There we go. So just get the apple pieces, and I've got a bird there, I might as well throw that in. That's that. And then the little flower that side. There we go. and again just a couple of little strips of this is Daffodil Deluxe cardstock. So let's get the rubbish bits out. So that's the cardstocky bits, and then I've just got some sequins that I'm going to put in as well. Okay, I think that will be enough with our sequins. So to put a shaker card together, you need some of the long foam strips from the Stampin' Up catalogue. I've got a piece of acetate that I've cut to match the jar. So I'm going to attach that. I'm going to use the fine tip glue pen actually. So you want to attach your acetate to your frame, and this is cut at the exact same size. So I know you can't really see because it's clear, but that acetate is going to be stuck on to here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue all the way around. Oops. So just spreading it around the frame, and then stick the acetate to it. And because it's a wet glue and it's clear, you can just wiggle it into place. And if any does seep through, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure that's nice and stuck. So that is your shaker part of your shaker card. Pop the lid on here. Then with the foam strip, you're just going to, I usually peel a strip off. If you don't need all of it, that's fine, you can stick it back on. I'll start on one end and just bend it around, making sure you're on the foam tape isn't going outside of the frame, because you don't want to see it when you're looking through. So as best as possible, keep the foam just to the frame. So keep going round like so, and I need a little bit more. So check through that side, you can't see any of the foam. And little scissors, I'll just chop off a little piece to fill in that gap. You don't want any gaps because then all your bits will fall out, and we don't want that. So you can just fill that in and snip off the excess. There. So you've got a nice frame with no gaps, and you can't see it through that side. So, so I've got some sequins. These are actually, these are retired sequins, but the new sequins in the catalogue look pretty much the same. So I'm going to add some bits, mostly the yellow. I have cut way too much here. So we've got some apples and the flowers, and just a little bit of the sparkly bits, like so. And I do just check to make sure it fits before I stick it down. And I went slowly because if you go too fast, I find the static cling makes everything go all over the place. So, then peel off the backing. Come on, there we go. And place that over top. So, awesome. So there's your shaker. And this I'm just going to stick it down flat. You could pop it up if you wanted to, but I'm just going to stick it flat. How cute. That is very, very cute. We do need a sentiment, of course. There are some lovely sentiments in this stamp set. So I'm just going to grab Sharing Sweet Thoughts. There we go. And yeah, fit on here. I'm just going to do that in black. Now really I should have stamped this before, because now if I mess it up I am stuck. Let's hope I don't mess it up, eh? Oh, that's fine. Cool. So card base. I'll pop that up on dimensionals, which have disappeared. Oh, there they are. Right in front of my face. So there we go. So that is our card done for today. That is just too cute. So don't forget this stamp set. It's a really good charity that Stampin' Up work with, and I believe they've been working with Ronald McDonald House Charities for a very, very, very long time. And I think it's definitely a worthwhile charity to help out. So if you can, buy this stamp set, because you will be helping out those families whose children are unfortunately in hospital, and you know, it happens, unfortunately it does. So any help that can be given to those families, I know from personal experience that it will be very much appreciated. So there will be a link in the description for this stamp set. So if you can, go ahead and click the link. It'll take you over to my shop where you can purchase this stamp set. Then you'll be able to make this gorgeous card, and you'll be helping Ronald McDonald House Charities. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are new, consider subscribing, because I do post videos every single Monday, Wednesday and Saturday. So lots of other tutorials, and I will have lots more tutorials with this stamp set as well, because it is just too cute. So I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.